And as you can tell with my stance, it's fairly even. The rear is actually a few millimeters higher than the front, which was difficult. I actually had to get some 1/2-inch wheel spacers, and I have another YouTube video where I show the wheel spacers, but putting the battery in the rear trunk area on the right hand side, supposedly because of it being behind the axle, it actually transfers a couple of 100 pounds worth of weight onto the rear. That's why whenever you see my drag slip times, that's with street tires. That's with 18-inch, 245, 45, 18 tires on street tires, and I was able to pull those sub 2-second 60-foot times. So you can get them to hook up, and you can get them to to settle down with the right weight transfer and with the right setup. Because with the aluminum block and the tubular K member on the front, I took several 100 pounds off of the front of the car. Not just only taking the battery and putting it into the trunk. I think the block is at least 100 pounds lighter than the original block. And then the subframe is another 150 pounds lighter by putting that tubular K member in the front. And I've also got subframe connectors as well, tying the car together. The only thing I really need is a roll cage, and with those 12-second time slips, they actually, after the third time, they kicked me off the track because I didn't have a cage in the car. And yes, I know this is a longer video, but would I buy this car again? I'm not really sure. Like I said, I wanted to get that Pontiac Grand Prix at the time, or Jeep. I was also, but the gas mileage on the Jeep was terrible. I mean, it was absolutely awful. I was getting 24 miles to the gallon everywhere, no matter how hard I drove this car when it was brand new. And those Jeeps are just awful when it came to gas mileage. That's why it kind of killed me with getting a Jeep. So, but I don't know what I would have gotten if I could go back. But I'm not getting rid of it, and I'll probably end up painting it. And for all you guys that keep getting, well, I had 2 of these, and I had, you remember my last Mustang I had, and I sold it, and I regret it. It's like, if you're going to blow your money on a project, blow it on one project, not 3 or 4. I mean, unless you're getting, big time YouTube bucks, which I'm not getting, you would, get a New Edge Mustang and do all this stuff to it, and then you sell it, and then you get something else just for some likes. There are other things that you can do, like take it to the track, see if you can get it to go faster. Do a motor swap. There's a lot of things you can do with these, and there is something to be said for the guys who I understand doing a LS swap in these Mustangs, because for the money and the horsepower, you just can't beat it. In an older, something that's a true classic. I don't know if these will ever become a classic, but a true classic, putting an LS motor in it, I would say is really kind of sacrilegious. Like an old F100 and put like a LS motor in it. There's too many Ford motor options, carbureted, that you could do for those. But to LS swap a New Edge, or even an older bubble, I call them bubble body style SN95s. I don't necessarily like it, but I understand it, because trying to chase horsepower on these cars is difficult, and it's frustrating, because you get lied to from all of these parts places, and for that matter, all of these tuners that say you can get all this power from these cars, and you're just not going to get it. You're not going to get it from it. without some kind of forced induction or nitrous. And I just, I'm a person where I like my street tires. If you have to go out with slicks, and yes, there's some nettos that are, I would say are street tires. But if you're going out with street slicks, no, I just don't consider that necessarily a street car anymore. If you're going out on the street with slicks, I like something that handles with all the suspension upgrades that I have on it. Can't make any claims. Probably the closest car that would handle comparably to mine was my 2013 STI that I had. It probably handled as well or a little bit better than my Mustang. Because whenever you've worked so hard on a vehicle and you've had it for so long, you hold back. Whenever you've had someone else build your car or you buy a brand new car, you're more likely to wreck it because you just don't have the investment of time into it and effort. So that's probably why I have not, you know, cross fingers, wrapped it around the tree yet, is because the parts on it. I put in the wrench time, and I'm sorry, but unless you have a lathe and you actually turned out tool aftermarket parts, you got to stop with this built not bought, sorry, but crap. All right? All you did was you could afford parts to throw on your car to make it faster. You didn't build it. The original manufacturer built the car, not you. Even if you buy an LS and put an LS in it, you did not build the car. You did not build the engine. Someone else did. Okay? You just had enough money to throw on a credit card. And I refuse to do that. Yes, I've got enough credit where I could go and throw a Whipple on it next week. I could take it to a shop, put 15 grand on credit cards and have a total street screamer. But why? Just like everything else, things come with time and patience. You will get it. No reason to put yourself into crazy debt in your 20s over something that really pretty much everybody else can care less about. I drive this for me, not anybody else. I do get compliments. I get more compliments. I actually got more compliments for my Mustang than whenever I had my STI Subaru, which I always thought was kind of odd. But you drive the car for you. You buy the car you like because you like the way it looks, you like the way it performs, you like the way it handles. You don't buy it because it looks good in the crowd, because you want to show up, to the parking lot with a brand new car. Everybody is giving you, I'm sorry, but they'll be like, oh, that's nice, that's neat, but it's most of them are fake. There's a few of them that are actually happy for you, but most of them, they aren't. And if you're buying a car for females, unless you want, the wrong kind of females, if you go out and buy something really expensive, you'll end up getting, going into your gold digger category. If you're buying a car to attract women, that's the wrong that's the wrong image. You could probably pick more women up with a Jeep going to a tractor pull, and prettier girls, country girls that are actually loyal to you by going out to these off-road places and going out with a Jeep than going out to, you know, one of these tuner crowds. So, you know, it's up to you what you buy. I'm not your pappy, but just telling you, after, you know, 20 years of owning this vehicle, you know, this Mustang, it's just been for me, no one else. And you shouldn't go and buy something that is, you know, for anyone other than you. Thank you for those who have joined and subscribed to the Swamp Fox family. If you can give me a thumbs up, comment in the description, I'd really appreciate it. Please look for the links in the description. Become a Patreon member if you want to support the channel.